Good day, global crypto enthusiasts. This is 88 Fantastic coming to you Tuesday, April 4th, 2019. Before we get started, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and as always, do your own due diligence before you do anything. And my cardinal rule in this space is make sure you always double check before you hit that enter button on anything. Okay, so today, like I said, I'm a long-term investor. I like to think of myself as a not a price predictor in the sense of individual coins, but for me, I find calling the market cap super duper easy, ultra predictable because we're in a constant repetitive cycle. So today's video isn't about faucets, but if you want to learn how to earn free crypto, go to my about section, and I've got all of the links that are up and running. All of those are either auto or manual, and everybody still pays, all verified, and the videos show payouts on them as well. So today, what we want to do is the complete opposite of what I normally do, and I want to call a Bitcoin price today 6 weeks out. So today is April 9th, as we said, and I want to call because, like I said, for me, the market is a mirror image of last year. The only difference is instead of the 450 billion, it's our 1 to 180 range right now. But I see the exact same patterns coming. So today I'm going to call a price on Bitcoin 6 weeks out for May 22nd. That's going to be my Bitcoin price, and I'm going to show you why here in just 2 seconds. Okay, so we're seeing Bitcoin at 5,200 right now. I'm going to bring up my market cap. Go to our 1 year. So this is us 1 year ago, April 9th, 2018, all the way up to here, which was around May 5th. Now I'm saying this line this year is going to extend to May long weekend before we see this. So in my last, excuse me, in my last few videos, I've been saying everybody's wondering what's going on. Where's all this money coming from? And right now, I am saying it's the long con. And what do I mean by that? I think it's still a massive setup for what happened last year is the same thing that's going to happen this year. So, excuse me, Bitcoin last year at this time was 6,700, and it got as high as 98.43. So that was around a $3,100 gain in the time frame from this time last year till early May last year, right? So I'm going to say we're going to get half of that. So I'm going to say right now that this $5,200 price is going to finish at between 6,600 and 6,700 on May 22nd. And right now, as you see, throughout the guys on YouTube you follow and the Twitter guys that you follow, and they're going to tell you one of two things. I'm seeing $70,000 to $100,000 Bitcoin. Like, oh my God, you really think it's going to be that much soon? Like, that's some of the stupidity that you see in the market. And the other ones, literally as of this morning, and for the last week, everybody's still calling for that scale back tomorrow or 3 days from now. And to me, the scale back, if we went from 179 down to 170 again, that's not the scale back because I said our line of stability right now is at 167, 168. And of course, they're going to trade up and they're going to take their profits. And like we've talked about for, the last 3 or 4 months on here, and it's the same coins that get pumped for a week, then they get shit kicked for another 3 weeks, then you see them again. And wherever it is, it was ABBBC coin again. And like we said, I think it was last Saturday or the Saturday before, we said they've been out of action for about 3 weeks. So it was their turn for another pump up, and that's what's happened. So I was laughing about that over lunch today. So again, I'm calling for May 22nd, 2019. On May 22nd, Bitcoin will be between 66 and 6,700. I'm calling it for the long con, and I do believe the market from right now will still go sideways, but it'll go sideways up until the end of May, May-ish, May long weekend-ish. And then I said the caution period would be after May long weekend until about maybe June 5th, June 6th. That's the period to watch because it's either going to dump really hard that in those 2 weeks or it's going to start going a little bit sideways down. And then that's when I think we're going to get absolutely speed bagged and body blowed all the way back. And where it stops this summer, anybody's guess. Who knows? It could drop back to, it could go from 66 all the way back to 42. But where it stops will happen in the middle of July to the third week of July-ish. like it did last year, where we went from everyone and their death cross in 1300 BTC, and I'm calling a 9 grand BTC against the death cross, and it got up to 87, 8800 before it spilt its guts all over the floor after that too, right? So 2020 summer has been always my main thing, building my bags and just sitting back and watching and trying to support everything as much as I possibly can. And that's what I do as an investor. So I usually don't call the price of the individual token. I like calling the price of the market cap because to me it's too easy to watch coordinated pushes and dumps at the same time. So for me, I find it easy. So that's what I'm calling for the Bitcoin price for May. Sideways up action from here on in, from early April right to May long weekend, 2 week caution period, and then it's going to be a serious fucking dump right until third week of July. Then we'll have a little more sideways up, sideways Bart Simpson shit. And then come into the fall, that's when I think things are really going to start opening up. I really thought last year when CME, early October with CME was going to be like literally the big push. But we've seen what happened there. I think as soon as bankers and all these scumbags down south realized that open ledger meant that their transactions were going to be viewable, it put the brakes on a lot of things over there. But I still think October, early October of this year is when we really start to see some steady growth upwards. The pullbacks will be minimal. And I've always said January, excuse me, January 1st, 2020 is the real start of the heavy push. You've seen what a little bit of media had done for Litecoin. And like I said, I might have been the first guy that came out and did a Litecoin halving video in the first week of January, and it was literally 25, 26 bucks. And it started to push heavy. Look what it did for Litecoin where it is now. And what do you think it's going to do for Bitcoin when everybody, say, starting Jan? You already hear the whispers once in a while about, oh, look at Litecoin's happening and what BTC is going to do. What do you think it's going to do when the rest of the world starts getting more mainstream January of 2020 and they start hearing about the Bitcoin halving? So the other thing I laugh about is, like I said, I've studied the space since 2017. And when people talk to me about being a long-term investor in this space, and I've told people since late 2017, I'm in it till the summer of 2020. If I could have a Satoshi for every time somebody did an LOL or said good luck with that, I might have a half a Bitcoin by now. And by the time we hit the summer of 2020, it's going to be so many questions coming from the people that were the skeptics about crypto and what the F is a Bitcoin. And so I think it's super exciting times. Like I said, I normally don't come out and call an individual price, but you know what the heck. So that is what I'm calling for, 6,600 to 6,700 for May 22nd, cautionary period, and then get ready for the body blows because they're going to come steady and hard all summer. And why again? Nothing to do with your charts. I wish people would stop talking about that. It's going to be summertime. And right now, the better traders, which are the people that came into the space in early April of 2018, the same people that have been speed bagging you for a year, they want to take their families out on a nice vacation, offer your dollar. That's the North American people. On the other side of the world, it's daily usage, right? So that's what it is. Daily usage over there, North America, storage of value. So that's what it really comes down to. So when we can start using it as daily for everything here, where everything is as is right now, as we were using a debit card, I still think we're about 3 years away from that. Still in North America, anyway. So, but that's all I got for you guys. That's my ridiculous prediction of the week. Let's see if it holds through. All right, this is 88 Fantastic, showing you how to take a bite out of the cryptocurrency market. Take care, y'all.